Hello, I've been riding a Suzuki Inazuma 250F. It's the new fully faired version of the Inazuma 250, the naked bike. Now, when I saw this bike at the NEC show last year, even the man from Suzuki said the looks were challenging. And although I'd seen it before, I was still kind of struck afresh by something disjointed about it when I collected it for the test ride the other day. The naked Inazuma has clip-on bars mounted above the top yoke. On the 250F, they've been swapped for a conventional wide bar which rises more than 6 inches above the top yoke. It's weirdly high and it doesn't go with the ambitious paint scheme. There's a sense of comedy to this machine and it's not lessened by riding it. The suspension is very soft and lightly damped, so it's a bit like riding on an underinflated airbed. The brakes are spongy, the single front disc and twin pot sliding caliper lack power, and the span adjustable lever, it needs a firm 4-fingered grip, and even then there isn't that much bite. But the parallel twin engine is flexible and agreeable. There isn't that much below 6,000 RPM, but it pulls happily from there to the 11,000 RPM red line. Claimed peak power is 24 horsepower and torque is 16 pounds-foot. It's enough to keep up with traffic, even on the motorway. In 6th gear, an indicated 80 miles an hour is about 9,500 RPM, and the bike can hold that speed consistently with a bit left in the bank. It doesn't feel or sound particularly stressed at that speed either, and it's not too vibey. It pulls well from 50 miles an hour in top, so there's no need to wring out the performance with frequent gear changes. It's quite flexible. The bars and fairing may look silly, but they make the Inazuma 250F comfortable with an upright riding position and good wind protection. And it feels spacious for a 250 with good legroom and a comfy seat for both the rider and the pillion. The rider's pegs are slightly forward of the seat, giving it a relaxed feel. In town, it can leave traffic behind at the lights, although you'll be in the upper half of the rev range by the time you're off the clutch, with the red line at about 30 miles an hour in 1st gear. It's good at filtering too. The large mirrors, they stick out no further than the bars, so you've got good visibility but still a narrow profile. And the steering lock is very wide, so it's nice and easy to weave between queuing cars. It's exceptionally economical. I got 77 miles per gallon on a mix of roads. So I got to like it once I realised what it was, an all-round basic motorcycle, not the sporty 250 the paint scheme suggests it wants to be. There's nothing wrong with the proposition simply of two-wheeled travel, especially when it's comfortable and fast enough to take you hundreds of miles, and yet small and agile enough to slice through congestion. So when I stopped being surprised by the comedy bouncy ride, it was actually quite good fun, chucking the Inazuma 250F around and putting my faith in the road winner tyres and thrashing the friendly engine to overtake cars. But it's not just the looks that are over ambitious, the price is too. Good basic two-wheeled travel, it should come at a good basic price. At $3,999 plus on-the-road charges, the Inazuma 250F is only £350 cheaper than Kawasaki's Z300, which is so much more besides basic transport. The Inazuma 250F is only £800 less than Yamaha's R3. They're completely different machines, but everything about this Chinese-built Suzuki says the price gap should probably be bigger. The inner fairing, it doesn't quite fit, there's a gap around it, and ugly foam fills a large gap around the clocks. Does this really only cost 10% less than a Z300 to produce? At £3,500 I could recommend the Inazuma 250F. At £4,000 I need a better reason not to take a punt on Dalem's VJF 250 Road Sport instead. That's a single cylinder, not a twin. But it's as fast and flexible as the 250F, and like the Suzuki, it's good, basic, fun and practical transport, but it only costs $2,799, and it doesn't have styling that's best described as challenging.